Hello my dears, and welcome to my channel. As always, I am very happy and grateful that you've chose to spend your time with me and supporting my channel. Really easy. Like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. And I hope that you're all doing well, but if not, I do hope things will get better for you soon. But in the meantime, join me in meeting the Enchanted Forhaxa tarot. And this deck was created by Cullinane. And this was a deck that she published through Hay House when she was doing her mass market decks. And it was released October 17th, 2023. And at that time, it retailed for $26.99. And I will link her website. She is now an independent publisher. She basically just does pre-orders and prints a small batch at a time. Okay, so the box itself is 5.40 and across is 3.75. The width is 1 3/4. Does have the thumb indents, and I'm happy to say that it does have the title on all the sides. And I like it because then I can stack one on top of each other like this. I don't have a lot of space to stack my decks like this, so this is really good space saver. Okay, so on the back we get lost in the land of the fairies to find your magic. From the creator of the Crow Tarot, this 78 card tarot deck and guidebook invites you to step through a portal into the mystical world of Forhaxa, named for the Swedish word meaning to enchant. Inspired by Norse folk tales and fairy lore, these earthy, richly detailed illustrations bring the fairies, mermaids, heroes, and villains of this deck to life. The traditional tarot suits are replaced with fire, water, air, and earth, grounding the power of this deck not in man-made items, but in the foundational elements of nature. And I hope that I pronounced this right. I looked up online for the pronunciation, and I hope I said it right. If not, I'm sorry. Don't be too rough with me. Okay, on the inside of the box, it says a wild and magical realm hidden deep in the forest where shadows mingle with sunlight, fairies flutter, and mermaids swim. Okay. And I think this is the only deck she's done for this. I could be wrong, but off the top of my head. Okay. As you can hear, they're not snug in here, but they won't go all over the place, as you can see. And there's no ribbon, so you'll pretty much have to plop things out. And then we have this lovely illustration on the inside. And it does come with a guidebook, and we will explore this after we look at the cards. And if you do reversals, they won't be revealed by the artwork. Okay, and in my tarot videos, I do a side-by-side comparison with a Rider-Waite deck, and the one I'm using is, well, I've pretty much used this for all of my videos. I really like it. Okay, so it's called the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and it's produced by US Game Systems. And if you can't find it on the US Game Systems website, I know that Amazon carries it, because Amazon carries everything. Alright, so the cards themselves are not traditional tarot size. The standard tarot size is 4 3/4 height and 2 3/4 across. So as you can see, because I like to have visuals myself, so I like to just kind of see how big a card is comparable. So it's bigger than your standard tarot. And the dimensions are 5 across height, across is 3.5, and the width of the deck itself is 1.30. Okay, and there is one change in the major arcana, and as you saw on the back, the suits have all been changed to their elements, and the kings are renamed elders, which, yeah, is about the same. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and do a flip through. And this one is close to her collage style, but it doesn't have as much in it as she usually does. And as you can see, there's the number and the title. That's pretty. It's a really pretty card. And see, the Emperor is now called the Council of the Monarchs. And that's the only one that's been changed for the major. Not too many changes. Yep. Oh, okay. It's not sticking. This one's pretty too. I like the symbolism. Okay, so that is the majors. Okay, and so we have the wands, also known as the fire suit. Okay. And I do apologize if there is some noise in the background. I've got my window open. I don't have air conditioning yet, so I'm hoping to score a portable air conditioner. So for now, I have to have the window open. Okay, so now we go into the wands. Or fire. And I do believe that the suit is represented by the element. You've got two fires there. Oh wait. Oh, that's 3. I'm sorry. There's 3 fire. I'm with it. Okay. And Yeah, this one's got 4 volcanoes, so it's just different representations of fire. And with the court cards, like I said, the kings are the only ones that the title has been changed on them. And as you can see, it's Elder. Okay, that was the Fire Wand. And next one, we have the Water Cup suit. Yeah, I'm kind of torn on this deck. I am. I kind of like it, but then I don't. So I'm kind of on the fence. That's the best way I can put it. Sometimes it's like that. You get a deck and you're kind of like, and sometimes it grows on you and sometimes it don't, and that's fine. But who's to say that down the line I may grow to like it, or I may never like it. So this one I can definitely say, not a beginner deck. I keep forgetting to comment if I think it would be a good beginner deck, but this one, no. Not to say I would never tell you not to buy one, unless it was a totally awful deck, or the card stock was horrible, and yeah. Other than that, you know. But I would never tell you guys not to buy a deck because it's your money. You know, if you want to buy a deck, buy a deck. I mean, don't let anybody convince you otherwise that you shouldn't buy a deck. Okay, now we have swords, also air. Oh yeah, that would keep me frozen. Getting wrapped up in spider webs and having spiders around me. Yeah. Yeah. I would be scared to move. Okay, and last but not least, we have the Earth Pentacles suit. I think if you collect fairy decks, I think this would make a nice addition to your collection. And there's nothing wrong with having collections of certain type of decks at all. Some people think it's kind of silly to have, you know, what do they call it? Completion. Like you have to basically buy everything by that creator or buy just those types of decks, but it does have more than fairies in it, so, but still, if you like the, I guess you could call them otherworldly. Okay, so that is basically the deck. Okay, cardstock, yes, it is on the thick side, but it's still flexi bendy. It's not going to crack or anything. I've had some cards where they're thick and they just crack as soon as I start messing with them, and it's disappointing when that happens. But yeah, I've always been happy with her cardstocks in her decks. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this guidebook. And I've always liked her guidebooks too. She gives a lot of good information. Alright, so we have a content page and a quote from Ruth Bernhard. I think that's how you say the name. Okay, so then we have an introduction, which basically introduces you to the deck and her thoughts on the creation of it, preparing to use your deck. Basically just goes into ways that you can cleanse it. If you do that, I don't do any of that, because when I get a new deck, or even a used deck. I don't do any of the clearing or purifying or anything, because I figure the longer I use it, or when I use it, my energy is transferred onto that deck. If you're unsure, yeah, I would say cleanse the deck and, you know, do those kinds of steps if you're not feeling it with the deck and you think there's some negative energy left over from the previous owner or whatnot. Yeah, I would encourage you to do a clearing of the energy, but I don't do that. And it talks about deck protection and things that you can do to help you clear your mind before you do a reading. So just some suggestions. Then we have single card pulls, yes, no, maybe, and the cards that represent those. You have your yes, no, maybe. And we have a single card pull, advice. Not a big fan of the single card pull. I like a 2-card pull, because then you get a little bit more direction on where to go. And you can always do clarifiers with the card pull to give even more direction. Okay, then we have quick like a fairy spread. Looks like a 4-card spread. Questions from the major arcana. And these are questions that you can ask yourself. You can journal if you wish. Then we have the major arcana. And basically there's no pictures, just the title of the card, the number. And she doesn't do reversals. She has stated many times she does not do reversals. So there's no reversal meanings. Okay, and then we go to the minor. We got a page that separates it. Then you have a picture, yeah, that represents the element fire. And it's the same thing. You just get the title and a meaning with the card, and you get a picture. I guess she does a few illustrations. Yeah, so basically it's just the same with all of it. And sometimes she'll insert an image and sometimes she won't. Then we have the air. She does do an illustration to introduce each minor arcana suit. And she does go through a little bit of the illustration, kind of telling you what it's about. Because I like to understand what the creator, their illustration, they're trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Convey when they do the illustration, because sometimes I don't even know what that is. And I'm like, what is that? And I know that a lot of people like to use intuitive readings and look at the illustration and tell a story from that. But if I see something, I'm like, what is that? I really want to know what it is. So I consult the guidebook on some decks. Okay, then we have Earth. And it's the same. And not a lot of pictures in the Earth. And then we have about the author. And we've got some advertising. We've got the little copyright from Hay House. And then we got some Hay House stuff. And go on to the cards. Shuffling. I'm not going to die. It's probably going to be a bitch. Because this deck is thick, for one thing. And if you have long fingers and big hands, yeah, this deck you'll have no issues with it. But I do, because I have medium-sized hands, and I struggle with this deck. If I just do it overhand, not so much a struggle. But if I were to try to do it like the rifle shuffle, yeah, it's gonna hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna hurt you. Okay, so you can do the overhand shuffle. There's no right or wrong way to shuffle. I always like to say that in every video. Or you can cut it, collect them that way. You can try and do a fan. These, you could try, or you could spread them on your desk or table or whatnot. Side shuffling, I don't know, because they are a little on the thick side, so you could still do it. With these, yeah, you would be able to do a side shuffle with no issue because they are so wide. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull a card and see what kind of message pops up. The Elder of Earth, which is the King of Pentacles. So let's see what she has to say. And let's see, the King of Pentacles is a yes answer. Back. Okay. Under the ground and out of sight, the Elder of Earth works their magic, and nourishing roots extend from their hands, connecting all living plant life on the earth. It is the Elder's energy that promotes growth and encourages a solid foundation of support. But the Elder of Earth is not passive. No, this is a creature actively engaged in the planet's success. Where roots are thin, where growth is lacking, this powerful fairy brings everything they can muster to assist. The Elder's knowledge of the land is vast, and whether it might be a mighty redwood tree or a frostbitten crocus in need, they are there, ready to help. The Elder of Earth offers reliable, supportive energy focused on stepping into the role of philanthropist. The Elder asks that you focus on your energy, less on what is lacking and more on how you can build it up. Sure, there may be some missing pages or gaps, but you have what it takes to fill those in. When you are generous with your resources, you expand your potential, and new opportunities have a chance to grow. When our attention solely focuses on everything we lack, we create a block that prevents abundance or financial gains. In adversity, the Elder of Earth finds opportunities for greater success. During a reading, the Elder of Earth may appear as someone who will enter your life as a source of material support or a situation that bestows a general gift. Be aware of the energy you project at this time. Are you attracting or resisting help? The Elder of Earth may also signal that it is your time to help someone in need. When you share your resources without restrictions or expectation for a return, your vibration rises and sends a message to the universe that you are capable of allowing abundance to flow to and through you. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice message. So yeah, I didn't go into too much about the background of the illustration, just kind of went through what the Elder could stand for. All right, so that is basically all I have for this deck. Let me know what you think of it. And since it has been around for a while, you might have gotten it. And share how it's working out for you. Or if after you saw my video and you decided to go and buy it, I'm always interested to know if I've helped you discover a new deck or helped you decide to get one, or even not. If it's not for you, share, give reasons why. I'm always interested. But once again, thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I hope that you will join me with another video. But until next time, take care and goodbye, my dears.